Hey team, so today we're going to talk about elbow pain, and elbow pain is something that truly affects a lot of us. And the reason it affects us so much is we tend to be pretty dominant. We usually use one arm at a time with different activities that involves grabbing, pulling, hitting. And with these activities, we're constantly using the muscles that surround the hand, which then eventually lead up to the elbow. So the elbow itself tends to become irritable at times when we're using it aggressively or repetitively over time. So where do we get this pain? We tend to get this pain that tends to be right on the side of the elbow, right over here on the side. That's the number one pain that we get. We tend to call that tennis elbow. So why do we call it tennis elbow? This pain that's right on the side of the elbow. You see this little bump and you see all of these muscles that come and attach by one tendon to this little bone. And that bone is called the lateral epicondyle. I mean, what a shocker that lateral epicondylitis comes from that bone. But if you could see all of these muscles, these extensor muscles come down and insert right on that one common extensor tendon. So what does that really mean? Our hand itself resists movement, or it creates movement. So if we see these muscles that are all on the back of the wrist and the hand, they're going to do this. They're going to bend the wrist backwards. But what they also do is they hold the wrist still and prevent it from going forward. Those are still the muscles on the side of the elbow that are causing that, these extensor muscles. So when you look at using a racket and hitting a ball repetitively, we really have to keep our wrists still as we come through and drive and hit. But when we have this racket that extends out and the ball's hitting the racket, we have to resist that racket from our wrist going this way. We got to hold it still. So it's going to require all these muscles to have to fire and hit it. So, you might be thinking to yourself, well, I have elbow pain, or my friend has elbow pain, but they don't even play racquetball. They don't even play pickleball. They don't do any of that stuff. So why do they have elbow pain? Good question. It really comes down to gripping. It's not so much the racquetball, the tennis elbow. You just tend to see it there. But it comes down to the gripping. When we are taking all these muscles and they come back to that one common tendon. I mean, we got a lot of muscles here that come down and attach to that one bone, that one area. They're all involved in grip. So when we're grabbing something and pulling, these muscles have to fire really, really aggressively to hold that in one position, that one equal position. If it doesn't do its job, then your wrist will go like this. And who can pull stuff with your wrist bent? You need it firm and strong like here, because that's our most optimal level. But it requires those muscles. So individuals that are gardening, that are using equipment that has vibration to it, that involves a lot of grip strength, or they're using gloves, they're going to get some elbow pain. Gloves themselves will decrease your grip strength by 30%. So overall, any type of gripping activities repetitively is going to start causing some elbow pain over time, potentially. So overall, just know that lateral epicondylitis can occur, not just in tennis, but any type of gripping activities, gardening, pushing, pulling, work-related activities, vibration tools can cause that. And that's because these extensor muscles themselves are being overworked, and they come back down to this common extensor tendon. And with that extensor tendon, it becomes irritated. It overall becomes irritated, and it can even create some little micro tearing. So overall, what do we do for it? That'll be in our next segment. But just know that elbow pain itself is a problem. And that's the best way to identify it is, do you have pain right on the side of the elbow right over here? And most likely it's going to be lateral epicondylitis or tennis elbow, but it can also extend down into the muscle a little bit. All right, team. Thanks for watching today. Appreciate it.